What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. You are in line with me at Wendy's, and I just kind of wanted to make a video because, let's be honest, I'm not really doing anything else, and our Wendy's is not known for speed. And in my last video, I felt like I didn't really do 034 justice. I am tuning with Jackal now, and they're awesome, but I don't want to... What in the world is this person doing in front of me? They just opened their door and, like, I don't really know what they did. It almost looked like they got out, but then changed their mind and got back in. Oh well, who knows. Anyway, I don't want to make it sound like I had a bad experience with 034. 034, whatever it is. I really don't know, to be honest. Which one is it? Is it 034 or is it 034? I always thought it was 034 just because it looks like a 0 and then 3 and then 4. I don't know why there would be an O and then numbers and then more letters. Now I'm just thinking too hard. Anyway, 034 was... When I first bought this car, it was completely factory, and it literally had 99,000 miles on it. The guy, I think, if I remember correctly, it was a single owner vehicle prior to me owning it, and I ended up actually knowing the guy that owned it before me. It was a doctor from the town that I live in. There was a couple little miscellaneous things broken, like the sunglass holder was broken. I had to order a new little, whatever you call this thing up here, with the interior lights and the sunglass holder thing, because I couldn't fix it, so I just had to order a new one. It seems like there was something else random like that I had to fix. I don't remember what it was, so it obviously didn't matter. What the hell was I talking? 034, that's what I was talking about. I did a lot of research when I first bought this car because I had every intention of spending a stupid amount of money on this car. And I did a lot of research in between what companies I was going to go with. And at the time, I don't even know, I hadn't even heard of Jackal. I'm not even sure if Jackal was around yet at that point in time. If they were not as well known as they are now. And it was really between Integrated Engineering, which seemed really, really good, but also seemed like they were kind of playing it safe. Man, it's hot in here. We're going to have to turn the heat down a little bit, or turn my seat warmer off, one of the two. Maybe both. We'll do both. There was APR, which has been around forever. Their tuning facility, I guess their facility in general, is not that far from me. It's like an hour and a half from the town I live in, so that would have been easy to do. They had some weird things going on at the time with emissions. They wouldn't sell test pipes or anything anymore. They wouldn't sell you the tune for stage 2 unless you had the test pipes that previously existed with cats in it. There's some weird thing going on. I don't remember what it was, but either way, the plan was I wanted to push this car to every limit that I could find for it. And it didn't seem like that was going to work with Integrated Engineering or APR. So I went with 034 because even now they seem to kind of push the boundary of their products and tuning. They're constantly manufacturing stuff and coming out with new products. My brain is not braining today. It hadn't all day today. It's like I just haven't woken up all day. So we ended up going with 034, which I really enjoyed going with 034. Their tuning experience is very, very simple. When I got the tune originally, I went stage 1 with like their base intake, and I think I had the exhaust on the car, which is an AWE touring exhaust, which sounds amazing, by the way. Their intake also sounds amazing, which now I have a different intake on it now. It's still the 034 intake, but it's the super suction bundle, which is the bigger intake. with the bigger throttle body. So yeah, I had a really good experience with 034. All their products have been amazing. I use all sort of stuff from them. So like the intake, their throttle body, their track density motor mounts, which are also amazing. The track density upper strut mount section hat things, use those. There's a couple other things too. The billet front main seal, I use that. Their 207 millimeter crank pulley, I use that with the factory supercharger pulley for the dual pulley ratio. Words are hard. Yeah, I use all sort of stuff from 034. I'm just kind of experimenting going into Jackal, which if you saw from my last video, this feels quite a bit faster than my 034 tune. But also with 034, all their stuff is off the shelf. My Jackal tune is a custom tune to this car, which I still don't feel like it's done yet. I think it's got more left in it. If I can ever get any ethanol in to put in the car, then we'll do some more data logging and see if we can't push it any further. But for now, we're just kind of hoping for the best. But I ran all of 034 stages. The stage 1, whatever stage it is in between 1 and 2, the stage 2 plus, the stage 2 plus with E40, the stage 2 plus with E40 with their water methanol injection. Like, I literally, now that was different. I had to do a data log to run their water methanol injection file, which I'm assuming is just so they can like make sure your stuff's safe and it's not going to blow up when you use it, because I'm sure that's obviously happened. I'm sure that's why they recommend that. So yeah, I really enjoyed my time with 034. There was little weird things about it, like it would always throw up a there at the end, it started having issues with fueling on the bank that cylinder 5 is on, and I started getting misfires in cylinder 5, which I thought was maybe like a leaky injector or something was going on there. But I've not had a single issue with that on this Jackal file, which I guess says something for that. Yeah, the biggest issue, probably the worst thing I had happen with 034, was the bolts that come in the kit for their 207 millimeter pulley, which I'm assuming probably comes in all their pulley kits. Failed after probably 2 years of having that pulley on the car. And you know, I mean, make no mistake, I've pushed the car pretty hard. But when I installed that pulley, I torqued all 8 of those bolts to the spec that they recommend. And after about 2 years, 5 of those bolts failed and nearly left me buying a new engine. Thankfully, I have a Ryan, and Ryan was able to come to the house after I got the entire front end of the car tore apart. And if I can figure out how to do it, I will overlay some pictures of that process here. But anyway, we ordered some ARP bolts for the crank pulley. I'm sorry, my brain just wandered off as I'm passing the door here. We ordered some APR crank bolts for the pulley and a new pulley because the old one was kind of scarred up on the rear and didn't really face with the crankshaft anymore. Got that replaced. We replaced the front main seal with the 034's billet front main seal. So really that whole section right there is all 034 with the pulley, the front main seal. Well, I say that, I guess the ARP bolts aren't 034, but those are quite a bit heftier than the ones that came in the 034 kit. And I've not had another single problem, given it's only been a couple of months since that's happened. So that's really up for debate to see how long those last. I did do some research on it, and it seems like whatever the bolts that 034 sent generally last about 2 years, and I've seen multiple instances of those fail from different people. And I did get in contact with 034, and really the only assistance that they offered was to send me more crank bolts, which I didn't need. I had the ARP ones, so somewhere in my garage sits a whole pack of those same bolts, and that's probably the worst thing that I had. The real reason I swapped from 034 was because I want to push the car outside of the boundaries of what 034 could do. All of their stuff is off-the-shelf tuning. None of it's custom tuning. And I really wanted to, like, now I use, what's that fluid that I use in the injection kit? Speed Sauce. Speed Sauce Plus is actually what it is, instead of the boost juice that normally comes with the Snow Performance kits. The difference being I'm getting like 1,000 notifications right now, and it keeps popping up like up here. So I apologize. You're probably seeing me, like, my brain in real time being distracted by everything else that's going on. We're still haven't ordered yet, by the way. I started this video like a good 2 or 3 minutes after I pulled into the drive-through line, because I kind of been wanting to make a video today, and I just hadn't had a chance to, and I had a feeling this would be the best chance to. Anyway, the boost juice is a water methanol mixture, and the Speed Sauce is a water ethanol mixture. The Speed Sauce Plus is a even higher content of ethanol in the water ethanol mixture. And 034 does not tune for the Speed Sauce. All they tune for is the boost juice. As I've said like a million times in this video, I wanted to push this car beyond the boundaries that it was really the limit that I had hit with 034. So I didn't change from 034 because I didn't like 034. Their customer service is great. Their products are awesome. Minus that one issue that I had with them, I really didn't have a reason to change. Honestly, if I was going to keep the car remotely stock, I would probably went with integrated engineering or APR and just done a stage 1 and left it at that. But I'm dumb and like burning my money away and never getting it back, so I've done a really high-end 034 thing here. Anyway, yeah, if you're curious about tuning options for your B8 or B8.5 with the 3.0T, even like the Q7s, I can't remember, the A6 I think has it. Does the A6 have the 3.0T? I think it does. Or any of the, like the A5, not the A5, that has the turbo 4-cylinder, but the S5. Really, if you're curious about any of the tuning options and you want to know which one you want to go for you, do a lot of your own research. I spent several months going through products and options and tuning companies and what they offered and what they didn't offer. But I can break it down pretty easily, as it feels like APR and integrated engineering are very, very safe, while 034 is going to push the boundaries a little bit, but still largely be safe. And I haven't really had Jackal long enough to honestly know. All I can tell you is the car feels quite a bit faster, and I don't have the same issues with them as I did with 034 tuning wise. So, whoop, we're about to order. Hold on, I'll be right back.
What can I get for you?
Hey, can I get number 1 single?
Steak single?
Yeah.
What's your drink with that?
Can I get a large sweet tea with it?
Just to drink large, or you want the combo large?
Let's do the combo large.
What else?
That's probably it.
What was that?
That's it.
Alright, so it's 1078 second window.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And there goes my diet today. Let's see if we pay here. Anyway. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of the tuning or any of my experience that I can help you with, by all means, comment it or message me directly. Find me on Instagram at OmiTheAudi, and man, I will be glad to share anything that I can with you to help anybody as much as I can. So yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. If you watched any of the championship games tonight, hope it went your way. Unfortunately, my team was not in them, but you know, maybe we'll get in the playoffs. Roll Tide. All right, you guys have a good night. All right, we actually have the food successfully. I don't know why they built this, like, I wish I could show you guys, but it would be hard to do it right here, where they built this little shopping center behind Wendy's. I say little, it's a big shopping center, but they made this weird, like, island in the middle of this road here where the sign is for it. They just jacked all this up right here. Anyway, we're gonna get on it a little bit because I want to. That never gets old. That was still only like 5,000 RPMs. I added that in afterwards, but it's just so much fun. Anyway, again, you guys have a good night. Okay, I lied, I'm not done yet. Well, that is really dark. I don't actually know, like, a good... It's the first time I turned the camera on, just like here, kind of in the darkness. Anyway, I lied, I'm not done yet. You know what one of the most frustrating things on the planet is after you've had a long day at work and then you finally make it home after 12 hours at work, and you've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, which is 9 o'clock at night now, and you finally make it to get dinner? You know what the most frustrating thing on the planet is? When they don't give you a freaking straw. Why is it so hard to give me a damn straw? That's such, like, first world problems, and I understand that. And I'm 100% gonna come across like I'm just complaining. And to be honest, I really just am. But like, there's not a plethora of gas stations I can't stop out on my way home and get a freaking straw. So I don't know if I'll add this in, but it felt good to talk to somebody other than myself. So, oh God. Anyway, for the third time now, thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I actually have a couple of new subscribers, which makes me feel awesome. We're up to a whole 87, I think, which it blows my mind that 87 people want to watch anything that I have to say or do or put out there, which is actually kind of terrifying. I'm absolutely terrified of being on camera, but I'm trying to kind of push myself out of some boundaries here. So, maybe that'll be the topic for the next video. Oh my God, this person just pulled out in front of me. Yeah. That was almost a new car. You guys ever have like intrusive thoughts when somebody does that? Or like, what if I just ram them? Technically, it wouldn't be my fault. I get a new car out of it probably. You guys ever just have that like intrusive thought that happens where you're just like, what's the worst thing that could happen if I just downshift into that car that just pulled out in front of me? Anyway, that's a little dark, but Jesus, how dark is this? Now there's just a weird blue glow there. Anyway, that's probably enough of me rambling tonight. We're going to stop and get a straw. And, again, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Maybe the next video will be why we're trying to do all this. But all this really excites my kids, and them get to see this whole channel grow and us build something. So I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to go in this gas station and get a straw. Thank you guys again for like the 4th time. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.